After a long break for the European winter, the UCI Women's World Tour is back for 2021, with race 1, Strade Bianche. And the world's biggest names were all in the beautiful Italian city of Siena and ready to race.
I never crossed the finish line with the first bunch, so I had the possibility also to enjoy the crowd that today there won't be there. But I think Siena and in particular Piazza del Campo, it's really a nice finish. So yeah, it's always spectacular to come in this middle-aged town. So for me, it's really good to be in such a finish like this.
Oh, it's the best feeling here. Oh, there's butterflies in the stomach, and just that last climb is so epic. You know, it's just that finish is one of my favorites. It's just so good, and especially when there's spectators. Oh, I mean, this year is gonna be good anyway. But yeah, excited.
I would love to win this race finally. We will see how the race goes, but yeah, I just want to try my best. I want to try something during this race. If I fail, then it's okay, as long as I tried. So that's like my personal goal.
Spring sunshine greeted them into the rolling countryside of Tuscany, where they would take on 136 kilometres, including 31.6 kilometres of the iconic white gravel roads the race is named after. On the longest of those gravel sectors, the 9.5 kilometre stretch at San Martino in Grania, SD Works rider Michaela Harvey and Liv Racing's Lotte Kopecky attacked, catching the early leader and opening a gap. Behind, it was Canyon SRAM's Swiss champion, Elise Chabet, who led the bunch up the steep slopes, keeping the gap as small as possible. A stretch of nearly 40 kilometres on normal tarmac roads followed, and the race settled, those that had been dropped getting back on, even though the two leaders were soon caught. But it was back on the gravel where the race really kicked off. First, a group of 8 powerful women went clear, and with many of the top teams represented, for a while it seemed as though they might make it all the way back to Siena. But Marianne Vos and a very active Kopecky bridged across, the race coming back together soon afterwards. But there was no time for rest, as Chantal van den Broek-Blaak attacked, going clear of the peloton. But she was caught, and the race came back together onto the final and steepest gravel sector, Le Tolfe. Into town, and Marta Cavalli sprinted off the front of the remaining 12-woman group, but SD Works had 4 women present and played their hand, with Ashley Moolman-Pasio chasing her down and setting a hard pace, before teammate van den Broek-Blaak attacked again, hard. The 2017 UCI Road World Champion soon had a gap, but she was joined by Italian champion Elisa Longo Borghini, who led into the city and onto the painfully steep slopes of Via Santa Caterina. Then, with 500 metres to go, the Dutchwoman made her move, dropping the Trek Segafredo rider and leading into the spectacular Piazza del Campo alone to take the first win of her 2021 season.
I was totally on my limit the last couple of kilometers, but then I looked around and actually everyone was. And we, with the team, we were in an advantage because we had 4 riders on a group of 11. So the ball was with us and we had to do it. Yeah. And I was already in the break before, so I knew I had to do something to make them work and make the rest in a good position for the final.
Yeah, when I saw Chantal not turning with me, I knew that probably she would have won the race, but I still believed in it until the end. But in the final she had better legs than me, and chapeau to her for such a victory, because it's such an important one and a special one. Arriving here in Piazza del Campo in Siena is just beautiful, and I guess it's a really enjoyable victory.
Then you can see the front group of strong riders is getting bigger and bigger, and I think really today you could see it. There are many girls in great shape, and the races get more and more exciting, and it's difficult to win a race.
7 seconds behind the winner, Italian champion Elisa Longo Borghini, winner of the 2017 race, came in second, with Van den Broek-Blaak's SD Works teammate and world champion Anna van der Breggen rounding out the podium.
Yeah, that's super special, of course. I had it once before in my career, but to start a season like this, it's amazing. I'm really proud.
Van den Broek-Blaak also leads the first UCI Women's World Tour ranking of 2021. While further down, Annemiek van Vleuten is 4th, with Marianne Vos 7th.
It's always an honor to wear the under 23 jersey. I'm very happy for that, and I try to keep this jersey maybe all the year.
Finishing 20th on the day, French rider Evita Music leads the UCI Women's World Tour Young Rider classification, with Vittoria Guazzini 2nd and Julia van Bokhoven 3rd.